Banking for All with Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Learn more at cu1.com. Drake gets the opening offensive possession of the game. Becker swings it over to Shannon Fornshell, a sophomore in the starting five, and Katie Diener sets up the offense. Diener 4 points away from 2,000 career points, and here is Anna Miller. Offensively gets called for the charge as Maya Wong stands her ground.
Beautiful defensive possession for the Redbirds to open this game. They closed out on Anna Miller but gave a little bit of space. They'd rather her take the shot from outside, forced Drake to use the entire shot clock, and came away with the charge.
Starting lineups for today's game are powered by Centerpoint Energy. Energy for what matters most. Here is a look at the Redbird first five. Dowell, Knutson, Wong, Thomas, and Martin. And Maya Wong hits the first three of the game.
She is so selective, Brad, and when she chooses to make plays herself, love seeing the big three from the senior to start out.
And here you see the jumper from Fornshell as the starters. Halsma, Fornshell, Diener, Miller, and Becker. Jumper from Knutson. Knutson, one of the best scorers in the country, over 2,600 career points. Number 3 among active scorers, and Fornshell wide open. A great feed from Anna Miller.
What a pass when you're big. Anna Miller, the threat down low, is capable of not only stepping outside and knocking down the three, but making passes like that. Wow.
This season, Miller with 88 assists. Some help is Thomas, and Knutson in and out. No, Miller fighting for the rebound and comes away with it. Anna Miller comes into this game just 2 rebounds away from 1,000 career rebounds, and Becker goes straight to the rim.
That was all set up by Katie Diener's smart play out of transition. Becker decided to pass up the three for a better shot down low.
Here's Addison Martin. She went past the 1,000 career points mark yesterday with 6 points in a dominant victory over Southern Illinois. A block by Miller underneath, and Drake looks to add to their 7-0 run. Fornshell to Miller. And now a 3-point try. Off the mark, and the rebound tipped over to Martin. First-year Redbird on the MVC all-newcomer team. For Illinois State, Shannon Dowell, second team all-Missouri Valley Conference. Martin, too strong off the iron. After the big win yesterday, head coach Kristen Gillespie in the media room as here's Diener launching the three and connecting. Diener makes over 40% of her three-point tries on the season.
Well, and they're so dangerous out of transition, and the Redbirds know that. They've got to slow Diener down earlier in transition, avoid giving up those open looks.
Diener sits at 1,999 career points. And Anna Miller with 2 rebounds already. She now has secured 1,000 career rebounds. Milestones in March.
And that's an incredible milestone, Brad. Great defensive possession here by the Bulldogs, forcing the turnover. 1,000 rebounds is no joke.
It's more than just effort or length. It takes a nose for the basketball. And all of that. Substitutions into the game for Drake. Ava Hawthorne onto the floor, as well as Maggie Taylor, freshman out of the state of South Dakota. And here is Fornshell underneath. Rebound to Dowell, and Dowell ahead to Wong. Maya Wong into the lane. Her shot will not fall, and Diener with a rebound and ready to run. and fires the three. Off the iron, long rebound is out of bounds.
Now, Illinois State didn't score out of that last possession, but something we're seeing from the point guard, Maya Wong, is also pushing pace and tempo. We know the Bulldogs like to do that. Talking to Coach Gillespie before this game, even though Drake switches up their defense between their matchup zone and man-to-man, Illinois State was not going to let that slow them down. They're not going to wait around to see what defense they're in. They want to be in attack mode. We're seeing that from Wong to start the game.
Last time these two teams played, 79-74 was the score. A high-tempo game. Wong misfires. And Illinois State now 1 for 7 at shooting in the first 4.5 minutes. Just the opening three-pointer from Wong. And Drake has scored the last 10. Long three and a long rebound. Did Hawthorne save it? She did.
The ball's going to stay here, but Illinois State doing a great job in keeping the ball from going in. Recognition that they deserve. She was proud of how well they shared the ball. She just loves this team, how much they love each other. Very proud of this group.
Shannon Dowell, 23 points in that game, has to kick it out here. Now Wong drops it off for Martin. Maya Wong, the only 3 points for Illinois State. And inside, Danila Washington. The shot won't fall, and a jump ball will keep it with the Redbirds.
An extra possession for Illinois State on the hustle play from Washington. That is a great second effort there for the freshman.
Washington will trigger it in. Brooklyn Daly, sophomore, onto the floor for the Drake Bulldogs as Diener just about came up with the steal, and the jumper is good for Martin. Katie Diener, not just the Jackie Stiles Player of the Year, she was on the all-defensive team as well.
It's so impressive, Brad, to have a two-way player of her caliber. I just cannot speak enough to how special that is.
He shot off the mark, and the rebound tipped around to Knutson. Brooklyn Daly defending is going to get called for the foul. Interesting about the Drake Bulldog sophomore. To 2 Jackie Stiles Player of the Year trophies. So Diener got the trophy at their shoot-around on Wednesday, and Katie's like, what am I going to do, carry this around all day? And Brooklyn Daly's like, I'll carry it for you.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Swiped it from Katie. Katie's like, that's fine with me. You want to know what I love about that, though, Brad? In some ways, it's like a beautiful example of who Katie Diener is. It's not about her. It's never been about her. Coach Pullman talks about that all the time. For as incredible as this kid is, it's all about her teammates and the team winning. And so I think that's such a wonderful example. She gets the amazing trophy, and she's like, here you go.
2 double-doubles, points and assists in the 2 games against Illinois State this season. Katie's had 7 games with 10 assists or more.
And to that point, Brad, 23 assists in those 2 games. That is why it is so important for Illinois State today to be ready to defend everyone else, because of how well she has shared the ball in those 2 games in addition to getting the points.
Knutson applying the defense there, gets the jump ball. Ties up Alsma. And here's a feed inside. It's tipped away from Miller. The defense from Washington, the freshman out of Lincoln, Nebraska, on the MVC all-freshman team.
And the staff and bench were fired up after that. They were ready, scouted their baseline out-of-bounds plays, know that Drake likes to post up out of them. Washington was ready.
Here's Diener. She is good around the rim as well. Katie Diener with 5 points, and now she joins the 2,000 career points club, the 7th player in Drake history and the 12th player in the Missouri Valley Conference history.
Congratulations to Katie Diener, an incredible accomplishment. And as we've talked about, she plays defense. She's the best passer in the country. And the same kid also gets her 2,000th point. What a career for number 10 in white.
2,000 career points club, Jackie, that you're a part of. And I know when you talk about it too, because Allison said, you know, this team has to let Katie be Katie at times, and she involves her teammates. Like, it's more than just one kid out there scoring points.
It is, and I know Katie would say the same thing as me. When those things come up, the first thing you think about is you can't do it alone. You have your teammates, you have your coaches, you care about winning most of all. It's still nice to celebrate those accomplishments, but as a player, you certainly know right away you start pointing fingers at everybody else involved.
Senior out of West Des Moines, Iowa, out of Waukee High School, is the 2021 Miss Iowa Basketball and Gatorade Player of the Year, and the Valley All-Freshman team in 2022. Third team All-Conference as a sophomore, and back-to-back Jackie Stiles Player of the Year trophies, and another offensive charge taken by Illinois State.
Katie Dinnebier driving left here. Wong just stands straight up. Knows Dinnebier likes to get all the way to the rim. She's capable of hitting the jumper, but she takes it to the rim hard. Wong was ready for it.
Drake a 5-point lead, approaching the 2-minute mark here in quarter number 1. Here is Dowell underneath, gets shoved on the shot attempt, and Shannon Dowell scoreless. 2 free throws here for Illinois State, but looking for her first field goal. She was 6 of 10 with 23 points in the opening round win over Southern Illinois. A 40-point victory, by the way. And Jackie, all those 20 points coming in the first half is maybe the most impressive stat about those points.
Yeah, that's pretty special. All 23 came in the first half. Most of them were achieved driving hard right all the way to the rim. I know that the Bulldogs were going to be ready for that, but we see the adjustment with Illinois State now sending her inside, posting up as a guard.
Dinnebier gets it to Fornshell. Fornshell with 5 points already, had just 2 points last game against Illinois State. Dinnebier launches the 3, the rebound to Thomas. And here comes Dowell, trying to get to the rim, gets to her right hand, and will go back to the free throw line. And she has earned all of her points. Shannon Dowell, second team All-MVC. You talked about Gillespie and the team playing with a chip on their shoulder. Dowell is one of those players that's part of that chip. These Redbirds felt like her season was worthy of a first-team all-conference honor.
You're exactly right, and she was asked about that in the post-game press conference yesterday, and of course the first thing she said was it's not about that, but then she sort of smiled and was like, but yeah, it bothered me a little bit. I played with a little bit of extra urgency because of it. It just speaks, Brad, to how much depth and talent there is in the league as a whole.
Had 11 points in the first quarter against Southern, and here has 6 of Illinois State's 11. And is guarding Dinnebier. The feed inside for Becker. She's able to recollect it and deposit 2 points for Drake.
Well, 6 early points for Dowell is big, considering the last time these two teams met, she only had 6 points total in that game.
She has scored the last 6 points for Illinois State, all of them coming at the free throw line. Drake into his zone defense, and Dowell gets the jumper to fall. The defense from Alsma, thought she partially blocked it from my angle. Now a feed inside. Fornshell taking advantage with Dowell defending. Shannon Fornshell with 7 points now for the Bulldogs.
Well, if you're new to watching these two teams, it's extra fun because you're going to see a lot of the guards posting up based on their mismatches all throughout this game.
Martin goes to work. Turnaround jumper, left it short. And Miller another rebound. Shot clock is turned off here as we close out the first quarter.
I won't be surprised if late shot clock they send a second red jersey to get the ball out of Dinnebier's hands.
Diener gets it back on the wing, the feed inside, taken away. Thomas is just going to dribble out this quarter as we have a 3-point.
But to be perfect in games 1 and 2 thus far just shows she can do it under pressure.
And here the next day as Dowell gets the basket. See Courtney Becker guarding her. Drake going with some length on Dowell. Here's Knutson to Martin, and the mid-range jumper is good. Martin with 4 points. A day after hitting 1,000 career points. Started her career at Abilene Christian and is in her first year with Illinois State. Becker on the kick out to Maggie Taylor. Knutson from the elbow. The jumper is good. Illinois State back in front.
A couple good looks in a row from 2 of their most efficient scorers. The Redbirds shot so well yesterday, 58%. In that first quarter, only 25%. So what do? Go to their 2 efficient scorers first thing in the second quarter.
Diener gets it on the wing, 11 on the shot clock. Guarded loosely by Wong. Now goes down to the block. Becker, the kick out, 3 on the way, and Maggie Taylor knocks it in.
That's a great job by Maggie Taylor of taking the shot that Illinois State wanted and knocking it down. Illinois State showed help when Diener was posting. They were willing to give her that 3. Taylor doing what she needed to.
For the freshman, just her 5th made 3-pointer of the season.
When you have to pick and choose your poison when you're Illinois State, that is what they wanted. Obviously, they don't want it to go down, but I think we're going to continue to see, as Nevaeh Thomas is right here in the middle of the floor, help inside. Now, having her there means you got to keep the points in the paint from happening. They'd rather have them beat them from outside.
Not only can Diener score down on the block, she's pretty good posting with her, or dishing with her back to the basket.
She sure is. So talented.
To Becker for that last basket. And here is Thomas leaving it short. The rebound to Taylor. Diener steps back. And a foul called on Maya Wong. And for Illinois State's Wong, that's her first personal foul. And let's take a look at that basket.
Well, as you mentioned, just a nice pass by Diener. Eyes up on the turnaround. Becker, great ball movement off the ball to find herself open down low.
Substitutions for Illinois State. Washington back into the game. Onto the floor for the first time tonight is Illinois State senior Caroline Waite, an Iowa native who had a phenomenal game yesterday. 20 points. She came off the bench, Jackie, and she was 6 of 7 from three-point land. And Diener into traffic, gets her own rebound. Her putback will not fall. And a foul on the rebound against Illinois State goes on Martin.
Oh yeah, Caroline Waite just came in on fire. And it was no fluke, Brad. She's shot 45% all season long. Sometimes it's tough to do, though, when you never know when your number is going to be called. She's had games with more minutes than others, but she is one of those kids that's always ready and can shoot with or without a little bit of warm-up.
I remember yesterday as you were watching the replay of all of her shots, the form is the same, right? You were talking about her feet being in the same spot right underneath her.
As a shooter, that's what you want. Form and mechanics are the exact same every single time you shoot the ball.
Brooklyn Daly called for her second foul. The illegal screen will send Daly to the bench. Washington hands it off to Dowell. Dowell to the rack. It will not fall, and the rebound grabbed by Taylor. Diener skips it ahead to Alsma. Abby Alsma, the former Redbird, throws it away. And now Dowell gets downhill, gets the bump and the basket.
That's a veteran move right there, even though she's a sophomore. Her ability to quickly go left and draw the contact out of transition. They know she loves to go right. She says, all right, I'll cross you over, take it left, and still finish. By the way, that was created because Danila Washington, the freshman, is playing incredible defense. She is so locked in.
Leading the Missouri Valley Conference freshman with 30 blocks. Also leading Valley freshman rebounds and double-doubles. First miss at the free throw line by Shannon Dowell. And Jackie, we were talking about that graphic, and you said we would throw our producer Braden Pretz under the bus if she missed a free throw the rest of the game. So
sorry, Braden, that one's on you.
Production crew jinx right there, and Diener buries a triple. Katie Diener, 8 points now for Drake. And Jackie, you were talking about the run that Katie Diener's been on over the last 5, 6, 7 games, averaging over 30 points. Like, she can take over a game, but she can also just sprinkle in a 3 here, a basket there.
Well, it's unbelievable. As an analyst, Brad, we pay attention to trends, and you look for kids who have scored in double figures multiple games. We're not just talking double figures. We're not just talking 20-point games. 5 30-point games in a row? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And look at her working down on the block. There's the 3, splashed in from Alsma. Alsma on the third team Missouri Valley Conference Scholar Athlete squad, and a timeout taken by the league's player of the year with the Jackie Stiles Trophy. Katie Diener, the senior for Drake, winning her 2nd straight Jackie Stiles MVC player of the year. Madison Martin attacking right side. Cannot get the shot to fall, and the rebound grabbed by Shannon Fornshell. Now Diener in transition. Gets it to Anna Miller. Her first shot attempt of the game comes here at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Martin the kick out. Trista Thate for 3. Peyton McCabe, a freshman, on the floor for Drake, has it at the top of the key. Inside to Miller. The kick out 3 from McCabe is good. Peyton McCabe knocks it in. Her sister Taylor on the Iowa Hawkeyes basketball team, the Blair, Nebraska native, contributing. And Drake is getting scoring from a lot of different players.
You just read my mind. I mean, Coach Pullman said heading into this tournament that she knows what she's got in Katie Diener, but it'd be really, really nice if everyone else who she knows has it in them to have good offensive nights could bring it as well. That's exactly what they've done so far.
And she said they are all capable of scoring and hitting double figures. And she's been working on trying to instill that confidence as Miller gets stripped. Great defensive play from Thomas. Drake a 9-point lead. Knutson launches the 3, a much-needed basket.
Well, you can't go underneath the ball screen on one of the nation's highest active career scoring leaders. That's just a defensive breakdown for the Bulldogs. At least Knutson making them pay.
Diener's 3 is short, and Knutson with the rebound. Knutson, number 3 among active players for career points at over 2,600. Number 1, by the way, Caitlin Young of Murray State. She has the Racers into the semifinals tomorrow after a win in game 1 here. Also, Anissa Morrow of LSU, over 2,700 points. Anna Miller called for her 2nd, and here's the...
Check out the ball screen defense here, Brad. They went underneath on Elise Knutson, one of the league's best 3-point shooters. Can't do it.
So up to the free throw line. There's a look at your active career scoring leaders with Young, Morrow, and Knutson. Knutson started her career at Milliken. Morrow started her career at DePaul. And Caitlin Young, the Murray State Racer, started her career at Murray State.
Spent her entire career at Murray State, something I know Coach Turner is extremely proud of. She always says, if you look up loyalty in the dictionary, you're going to find a picture of Caitlin Young.
I love that. 5-point game here in quarterfinal number 2. A 6-0 run for Illinois State. Drake saw their lead dwindle now down to 5. And a loose basketball, and Washington comes up with it.
Danila Washington's defense this first half has been outstanding. They're trying to take advantage of the mismatch with Dowell defending their Bulldogs' larger guards, and Danila Washington has had their backs.
Martin with the jumper rattles out. And Diener eyes up. Becker now attacks, and a block foul is called on Illinois State as Courtney Becker dumped it off. And Martin's going to get called.
Toughest calls to make in the game. We've had a few of them already so far. Martin just doesn't get it her way that time.
So 2:13 to play. It's the third team foul on Illinois State. Diener over to Fornshell. Fornshell's been a huge lift. 7 points early. Here's Taylor for 3. And Fornshell saves the rebound, and Taylor corrals it. Now Diener for 3. Oh, it's good.
Greatest separators are hustle plays. Fornshell getting that 3 points for Diener.
Katie Diener into double figures. The first Bulldog to double digits. She has 11. Wong for 3 is short, and Becker, a fifth-year Drake Bulldog, with the rebound. Now Diener. There's McCabe up top. Katie Diener around the left side. Looked like some contact, no whistle. And now a throw ahead for Knutson. Knutson and Dowell have a 2-on-2 if they want it. Knutson goes right to the rack. A big tooth from Elise Knutson.
Great take, great finish.
Diener feeds Becker inside, and it's knocked away. Thomas with the swat. Now Dowell, the floater. Oh, it falls. Dowell gets it to go. She has 12 points.
Illinois State's help defense has been outstanding. Drake trying to take advantage of mismatches with the guards. I cannot speak enough to the red jerseys locked in on the help down low.
The second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Drake may try and get the last shot off, but Dowell with the steal, the right-handed lay-in, and it's a 2-point game. Diener from half court, no good.
From game to game, that's a lesson they learned in their last regular season game. They have certainly come into this one as well with that same defensive urgency and intensity. Right here, starting the possession off with the jump ball, turnover for the Bulldogs. All from the Redbird defense. Early on this season for Illinois State, they knew they had weapons offensively, but the Achilles heel was their defense, and they have really worked on their confidence and ability to get stops, knowing that's what they would need to do to make a run in this tournament.
We heard a few coaches this week talk about, hey, defensively we had to get back to our identity of what we wanted to be as a team. Here's Elise Knutson firing the 3. Her identity is a scorer in college basketball. Over 2,600 career points. Miller's 3 is too strong, and a long rebound out to Fornshell. Fornshell was a huge lift at the start of the game for Drake. He has 7 points here at halftime. Now Becker up with the right hand, got back to that left shoulder and finishes.
Well, that was a second chance opportunity for the Bulldogs, something Illinois State wanted to avoid because they themselves game planned knowing they are not going to get a lot of offensive rebound opportunities because of Drake's ability to transition. They're going to send people back. So because of that, they can't give up second chance opportunities.
Knutson too strong from the corner. Now Miller down the right side of the lane, gets the shot up with the left hand. So crafty inside the senior.
Well, great finish with her left. She's so tough because of her ability to knock it down from outside. Quieter first half. You're a Bulldog fan. You're excited to see her get going here early in the second.
Anna Miller, second team all-conference performer, as Dowell adds 2 more to her team high total, now is 16. Miller also on the Valley all-defensive team. The last 2 seasons, Jackie, she was actually the MVC Defensive Player of the Year. She's back on the all-defensive team, but this year also adds Scholar Athlete team to her honor. This season makes it her second consecutive State Farm Scholar Athlete of the Year award.
Oh, she's a 4.0 student who's going to go on to be a doctor. And sometimes we forget about the studies and everything going on simultaneously during basketball season. That stuff doesn't stop. She's had some really difficult classes, as she will go on to be a doctor one day, and she has balanced it all so well.
You won a couple MVC Scholar Athlete of the Year honors as well, right? Your 2 Jackie Stiles winning years?
Yeah,
I
did. And then, it's something you take a lot of pride in as a student athlete, the amount of work that is required both on and off the court.
For Miller, a repeat on that Scholar Athlete of the Year, the first for Drake since Sarah Ryan won it in 2018, 2019, and 2020. So Illinois State with the basketball. Dowell over to Wong for 3. Maya Wong hit a 3 early in the first quarter, drops one in here. 6 points now for Maya Wong, and it's back to a 3-point ball game. And a jump ball is called. Thomas gets her hands on it. And the possession arrow will keep it with Drake. Becker to Fornshell inside. Anna Miller to the left hand, too strong. Here comes Shannon Dowell. Gets downhill to the right hand, gets the bump, and count it for Dowell.
Great move there by Dowell, but Drake's defense, they know she loves to attack right in transition. As the defender, you cannot backpedal here. You've got to meet her earlier in the possession, force her to the sideline, but instead, give Dowell space. She's going to make you pay.
Shannon Dowell, 5'10" sophomore from O'Fallon, Illinois. She hit the 500 points mark on the season. And Jackie, just the 3rd Redbird as a freshman or sophomore to score 500 in a season, and joined some pretty good company as well. Kathy Boswell in the 70s, 80s. Christy Cerrone as well. You played against Christy, didn't you?
I sure did. Christy Cerrone, such a familiar name. When I was a freshman and sophomore, she was a junior and senior, and I looked up to her. I studied her game. She was so good offensively and defensively, and I just had mad respect for Christy Cerrone.
Second tie of the game, and Illinois State comes up with a stop. Dowell ahead to Wong, launches the 3, and it's good. The graduate senior, Maya Wong, buries it.
Season, her staff said Wong has a way of making big shots when her team needs it most. Can't think of a more urgent time than a spot in the semifinals of the conference tournament in her final season as a Redbird.
Drake with some seniors of their own. Katie Dinnebeer, Anna Miller, Courtney Becker. And the urgency will set in at some point in this game. Katie Dinnebeer, number 10, goes right to the hole, makes it a 1-point game.
Well, you definitely got to expect that as the game goes on, you're going to see number 10 in white put the team on her back.
Illinois State has made their last 4 field goals. Looking inside, good defense try by Becker underneath. And now Martin catches it deep off the glass and good. Muscle right into Miller.
Great concentration and focus from Martin on that finish.
Anna Miller, the hero of the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament Championship game, hitting the buzzer beater a season ago. Launches the three and connects. Miller, her first three of the game, she has 7.
What I love about Miller's choice is she passed up the first shot she had, let the ball move a little bit, got more comfortable in that top of the key spot, chose to shoot it when the ball came back around. Great decision by Miller.
Anna Miller, the senior out of Rochester, Minnesota, collected her 1,000th career rebound in the first quarter today. 5 on the shot clock for UNI. Dowell, pull-up jumper. Rebounded by Alsman ahead to Diener. Oh, Diener lost it, kept her hand on top of the basketball to avoid the turnover. Out to Hawthorne. And the rebound pulled in by Thomas. Now Wong on the move. Dowell the drive, up with the right hand, and good. She's so strong, Jackie.
She is so strong and just has such a knack for absorbing the contact and the finish. Now on the flip side, the Bulldogs know that she loves to go right. They've got to make the adjustment.
Miller wants another three. Anna Miller on the season, a 29% three-point shooter, but when she gets it going, Jackie, man, she can get it going.
I think she might have heard you mention she was the hero of the tournament a year ago. She said, all right, let me just put up 6 quick points.
Oh yeah, this is my tournament here. Anna Miller, last year's MVC all-tournament team. Thomas with the shot up, rebound tipped around. Diener comes away with it.
Look at Diener's eyes as she transitions up the court. So opportunistic. That is there because as soon as Diener gets the ball, her eyes are up. She finds Alsma for the 3. Incredible work by the point guard. Great shot by Alsma.
Drake, a 6-0 run, retaking the lead, and it's a 2-possession lead for Drake. Knutson, the deep 2 is good. Defense from Thomas. Diener was going to attack. State Farm is there. Miller with 10 points so far in this third quarter after being held scoreless, Jackie, in the first half.
Yeah, we talked about what a prolific defender she is in this league, but offensively she's so capable. That very quiet first half, but came in ready to go in the third. Knocked down some really big shots, which is why Drake has the 2-point lead.
State with the basketball. Thate, the freshman out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, dumps it off to Martin. Shot is short. Here comes Diener. Fornshell launches the 3. And good defensive pressure coming from Washington out onto Fornshell. He has 7 points for Drake today. Maya Wong dumps it off underneath. Turnaround shot rolls off the rim. Strong rebound pulled in by Taylor.
Great save there by Becker.
2:20 to play here in the third quarter. The winner will take on the top seed Murray State Racers. Both teams with 21 wins on the season. Here's Diener looking for some space. Shot clock now down to 2. And a shot clock violation. Hawthorne was unaware that the clock was ticking close to 0, and Illinois State's defense creates the stop.
Well, those are the possessions you look back on. You get energy and momentum. That entire Redbird bench was up on their feet with that stop. When you can force a team like Drake, who scores the basketball so well, to take the shot clock all the way down and not even get the shot off, it's going to give you a reason to celebrate.
Illinois State down 2 with 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Both teams with 17 points in this quarter. There's Knutson. Over to Thomas. Thomas, good defensive play. Taylor came up with the block and steal.
Both teams right now are extremely locked in on their ball screen defense and communicating with each other when they're going over screens, when they're switching. Now right here, Wong goes under gives Diener the look.
Dodged a bullet though. Now Diener gets underneath, missed the layup, but draws the contact and will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Katie Diener, she has had opponents chase her all season, Jackie, and to still produce how she does is really remarkable.
Well, she plays so hard. Missed that look, never gives up on the play, always is moving. You can never relax on her as a defender.
First free throw is good for Diener. Averages over 22 points per game. There you see ranks 8th in the country. 231 assists, or 7.5 assists, leads the conference.
There's a reason she's one of 5 finalists for Mid-Major Player of the Year. She's so deserving of that national recognition.
Dowell with the basket ends Drake's 5-0 run. Back to a 2-point game now. The Bulldogs back to the offensive end. Daly hands off to Diener. Ten on the shot clock, final minute of the third quarter. Shot clock at 5. Now Hawthorne goes to work.
The ball has been stuck on the right side of the court. They've got to get back to using ball reversals, getting the ball on both sides of the court to get something else going.
Coleman talked about that. We are at our best. Ball reversal. The last few weeks, she says it has been a point of emphasis. Seconds between game clock, shot clock. Defender falls down. Dowell scores and gets the foul by Diener. And an opportunity for an and one for Shannon Dowell, who's enjoying her 12th 20-point scoring game of the season.
I tell you what, Shannon Dowell to end the first half, to end the third quarter, she is making momentum type plays. I keep not forgetting, but you like almost forget she's a sophomore, Brad.
Right? Yeah. Incredible talent. Will have the opportunity to go down as one of the best Redbirds ever. Here is Diener, one of the best players in Valley history. The shot does not fall at the what. You know exactly what's going on. You're all smiles, and you're at the Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana, when your team is 10 minutes away from claiming a semifinal bid. Will it be the Redbirds or the Bulldogs coming away victorious at the end of this one? Reverse layup, good for Addison Martin.
Brad, it's hard to believe this is a 4-5 matchup. You just talk about that for a quick second. How good is this league?
Well, you come in and the coaches, even the top 2 seeded coaches, would be like, yeah, you could see 5, 6, maybe 7 different teams all having the capability to go win the conference tournament. Usually you have 3, 4, maybe 5 teams, right? But you legit have
7
bases,
teams.
coaches, players thinking it's wide open, right?
Absolutely. It is wide open. We saw that in the regular season finish. It came down to the final weekend of regular season play just to crown a regular season champion, and it ended up being a co-champion. So many great teams and players.
Free throw ended an Illinois State 7-0 run. It's a 2-point lead for Illinois State. Dowell with the ball in her hands. 26 points for the Redbirds sophomore. And Thomas backing down Daly. Brooklyn Daly called for her 3rd personal foul.
When as the clock winds down here in the 4th quarter, on one hand, you look at Drake, they're trying to three-peat, so you can say, they have the experience to get it done, but at the same time, doing it 3 times in a row is hard.
Yeah, absolutely. The Drake men doing it last week at St. Louis, and that was just the 2nd time ever in Missouri Valley Conference history. Southern Illinois men Did it back in the 90s. Here's Dowell, goes left, kicks to Wong, looking for another big shot. Long rebound out to Dowell, and Dowell goes right at Daly, and Daly's going to get called for her 4th personal foul.
Well, you talk about seniors playing with an extra sense of urgency, but Shannon Dowell, yesterday and today, playing like a senior would. Just getting after it, going left here, gets tripped up, but just her ability to attack and be aggressive every time she touches the ball. She's been huge, and that's the 4th on Daly.
She will check out. Anna Miller on the floor with Thornshell and Becker. Dinnebeer and Alsma. Illinois State goes inside, and now Becker quickly to the offensive end, back to the right hand. 2 quick ones for Becker, the 5th-year senior.
Great transition basketball, make or miss. You can never relax getting back.
Becker into double figures with 10. She is the 3rd Bulldog with 10 or more points. Along the skip pass, nearly tipped and stolen away by Becker. Now Dowell fires the 3, and Miller up high to get the rebound. Drake trailing by 2 with the basketball. Dinnebeer fires the 3 for the lead. No, Miller, the putback off the rim. And Martin with the rebound.
That's a great follow-up by Miller. She has struggled with that throughout the season, just being able to finish those quick putbacks. It'll be important for her to knock those down the stretch.
Thomas hands it off to Knutson. Martin to Dowell, and a foul on the drive. And free throws coming for Shannon Dowell, and that's for Anna Miller. That is her 3rd person, I believe. And so Dowell to the free throw line. Shannon Dowell averages 16 a game and steps up to the free throw line already with 26 points. Will join us later this evening for our next Credit Union 1 MVC Women's Basketball Tournament game on the Valley on ESPN as the 7th-seeded UIC Flames meet the co-MVC regular season champion and 2nd-seeded Missouri State Lady Bears right here at Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana. Tip on 6 p.m. Central right here on the Valley on ESPN. Scott Warman and Laurel Leonard will be calling the action.
Well, we talked about 7 legitimate teams being able to make a run in the tournament. That 7th seed UIC has played Missouri State only once this season. UIC with the W over the co-champion.
Defensive tip there by Washington to kick it away. I love what you're thinking there, Jackie. And if you look ahead too at a potential matchup with Murray State, as the Racers will face the winners of this one. Drake played the Racers twice, and they split. Illinois State played the Racers just once, and that was in late December. That was an 11-point game in Murray, Kentucky. The Racers got the victory, but about teams that are playing well. All 7 teams that remain are teams that are playing well.
And we've talked about a lot of good teams without having even brought up yet Belmont and Northern Iowa, who will face off later tonight.
Steal by Washington creates a possession here for Illinois State, working with a 4-point lead. Maya Wong in the lane gets the bump and the shot off, and we'll go to the line.
This is a veteran move. The simple use of a jump stop and a shot fake. The defense goes in the air. They're always willing to bite on those shot fakes. So underutilized. Maya Wong showing her smarts there. 6 years in this program. She knows how to make it happen.
Well, she was part of a Missouri Valley Conference tournament title back in 2022. Jackie, she started in that NCAA tournament game in Iowa City in front of a sold-out crowd Carver Hawkeye Arena as the Caitlin Clark craze was in a blooming, almost infancy at that point, but really the excitement started then, and what an environment that was in. Trying to get back there as the winner of the conference tournament goes to the NCAA tournament as Miller gets fouled by Washington.
Well, there's no doubt about how experience serves you over time.
As a look at your past champions, you mentioned Drake going for the very tough three-peat. Illinois State winning it in 2022, the Bradley Braves the year prior, and Missouri State in 2019. Gap year in between canceled in 2020. Kristen Gillespie in year number 8 facing Allison Coleman, fourth-year head coach. The great Bulldogs here in the quarterfinal rounds. Crazy, you're right, this is crazy. This is a Friday matchup, right?
I mean,
feels like a semifinal or a championship game.
Exactly.
3-point difference after the trip to the free throw line for Anna Miller. Miller now with 12 points, and Diener's called for the foul, and that's her third personal. And the 15th foul, which means free throws coming now for Illinois State.
Well, yeah, Illinois State shooting the rest of the way. There's 6 minutes left here in the fourth. From Katie Diener's side, she's a really good defender. She gets those tips and deflections, but you got to know that your team was on the verge of giving free throws at that 4 foul mark. You probably don't take that risk.
Krista Thate, the freshman out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, out of Notre Dame High School. One of the top assisters among freshmen in the Missouri Valley Conference this season. And the officials asked for help as the two closest to the play didn't see it. The official across the court had a good angle on it, made the call. And Illinois State fans not happy, but Drake with the basketball.
Of course, I mean, the official wouldn't have made the call if he wasn't confident. They, more than anyone else in the arena, want to get it right.
Diener on the drive, left side. Good defense from Thate, the freshman. Diener now, she's good going left, too. Draws the bump. Does not get the shot to fall, but will have an opportunity to go to the free throw line. We're looking at back-to-back Jackie Stiles Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year trophies. And she goes to the line. The foul on Washington, by the way, that's number 4 on Danila.
And Danila Washington had an outstanding first half on the defensive end, so her getting her fourth foul is a great move if you're a Bulldog fan. On the flip side, Nevaeh Thomas is going to come in for Washington's got to bring the same defensive intensity.
Free throw is good, and let's see if we can go back to that graphic. That's a multi-Jackie Stiles trophy winners. We'll come back to that. 5:40 to play here in the fourth.
Drake showing a zone defense here.
Switching it up, Illinois State has to adjust.
Well, goodness, on screen here you see a few names with multiple Jackie Stiles winner. I guess I recognize the one there on the bottom, although I think she's aged a little bit. But Becca Hittner, let's talk about Becca Hittner.
3 times. There's one with three trophies.
She doesn't only have 3 trophies. She's sitting over on the Bulldog bench as an assistant coach. I just love that when you talk to her, the first thing she says, as Anna Miller gets the big time 3, it's all about these players. It's all about giving kids like Miller the opportunity to do and feel what she felt as a player. She loves that she has the opportunity to give back.
Drake back in front, under 5 to play here in the fourth. Dowell over to Thate. Thate drives, dumps off to Martin. And Illinois State back in front. And a travel called on Anna Miller. Illinois State will have it back when we return. 4:30. And for Drake, their 17th game this year with 10 or more three-pointers. And Anna Miller has tied a career high with 3 made triples in this game. Martin kicks it out. 10 on the shot clock for Dowell. Dowell, the floater. She's got 30.
Wow. That is a tough shot, Brad. She made it look so easy.
That is a career high for Shannon Dowell. 30 points for the Redbirds sophomore. Miller goes inside to Diener. Diener dribbles into a double team, and it's last touch by Illinois State. It will stay with Drake. 15 up on the shot clock, under 4 minutes.
Illinois State continues to do a great job of having 2 red jerseys in the lane when Drake's guards are posting up.
There's Diener, gets loose, a wide open layup, and she missed it. Thomas with the rebound. A great inbounds play. And Diener just missed the lay-in.
It happens. It happens, Brad. They got everything they wanted. She's obviously going to wish she could have that one back, but you just got to erase the memory and move on.
There's Dowell. Out to Martin. Addie Martin, the redshirt junior, Louisiana native, having an excellent Missouri Valley Conference tournament. 13 points now today. Yesterday, she went over 1,000 career points in a big win over Southern Illinois. A 6-0 run for Illinois State. Diener with the shot clock down to 6. Gets it back, guarded by Wong. Diener has to create quickly. Fires the 3. Oh, and banks it home. Oh.
Brad, sometimes you get a wide open layup and it doesn't go down, and you send up a prayer and it banks in.
And a 30-second timeout taken by Drake head coach Allison Coleman.
Well, and here's what's impressive. Still her ability to take a step back and even get the shot off, knowing the shot clock was winding down. Wong was right there. Great clock awareness by Katie Diener. And another thing, Brad, when you're facing a team with Katie Diener on it, when you have a 2-point lead, that's almost like a tie ball game. Even Coach Gillespie said from their last game where it went down to the wire, it's like they needed a 6 or 7 point lead to feel like they had the 1 or 2 point lead, because Katie Diener does such special things down the stretches of games. She can score a lot of points in a hurry, or she can get her teammates wide open. So the Redbirds are going to need to be very careful here and ensure that they continue to work the ball to get good shots, knowing they're facing one of the best.
Drake had a 3-point lead at the end of the first, a 2-point lead at halftime. Illinois State led by 1 at the end of the third quarter. And Drake this season, 2-6 when they're behind at the end of the third quarter. But one of those 2 wins was against Illinois State at the Knapp Center on February 7th. Down 2 with the basketball. The 4th-seeded Drake Bulldogs in their Missouri Valley Conference tournament opener here in 2025. Illinois State with the win over SIU yesterday, and the foul goes on Nevaeh Thomas underneath. Thomas, a first-team All-Missouri Valley Conference Scholar Athlete selection. Miller rattles home the first free throw. Miller this season averages over 13.5 points per game, nearly 9 rebounds a contest, 63 blocked shots on the season for Miller. Gets 1 of 2, and it's a 1-point Illinois State lead with 2:20 to play.
This is going to come down to which team can keep their playing with their sense of urgency without pressing.
Long gets it to Knutson, just 6 now on the shot clock. Dowell goes to work, inside to Thomas. Thomas right at Miller, another block for Anna Miller.
Solid defense and a great rim run there. Couldn't get her the ball, but I love how hard Miller runs the floor.
Through the hands of Becker and out of bounds. Illinois State gets it back. For Drake, Diener leading the way with 20 points, Miller with 16, and Becker with 10. For Illinois State, Shannon Dowell's 30 points, It is followed up with 13 from Martin and 10 from Maya Wong. Dowell working on a career high right now.
Drake in their matchup zone in this possession.
Here's Dowell into the lane, comes back to the right hand, and the rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Fornshell underneath. And with a minute 17, the officials, I think, are going to go to the monitor as they can review who was the last to touch it.
When Shannon Dowell has gotten her
shot clock. Dowell with it up top. Coming up on our final 60 seconds, Maya Wong in the lane, kicks out. Knutson, a good look, left it short, but an offensive rebound grabbed by Martin.
That look was created by the point guard's shot fake, got the defense in the air. Knutson couldn't knock it down, but great job by Martin on the extra possession.
Skip pass to Knutson, another three-point attempt. That one's short, and Diener with the ball. Ahead to Alsma. Drake down one. Becker back to Diener. Miller wants another three. It's good! Her fourth of the game! And a 2-point lead for Drake with 27 seconds to play. Looks by Elise Knutson in the last possession. And Knutson will inbound it to Wong.
Matchup zone here for Drake.
Wong gets it to Dowell. Dowell, the layup will not fall. 15 seconds to go. Dowell, the jumper from the baseline, no. And the rebound to Miller. And we have a foul or a jump ball. Goes to the free throw line, a 2-point lead, an opportunity to really put this away with just 11 seconds left. First free throw is good. It's a 3-point lead.
Now hitting the second free throw does mean a 2-possession game, but with the ability to call the timeout and advance the basketball, there's still time left.
Miller does hit it, and Coach Gillespie calls the timeout. Will advance it.
It's one bucket, still plenty of time to go for a steal or else make them make free throws on the other end.
You see the timeouts remaining, and the big thing on the graphic, the possession arrow favors Drake. Thomas will inbound it. Wong goes to work. Back to Thomas. Fires the three. It's short. The rebound to Becker, and Wong commits the quick foul. With 5.5, but a 4-point lead for Drake. And Becker goes to the free throw line, an 80% free throw shooter.
Well, it's good execution. They got a wide open three for Nevaeh Thomas, who can knock that shot down. That being said, it doesn't fall. You're in a much tougher position here, but Drake's got to hit the free throws.
A 37% three-point shooter on the season. But for Thomas, it was her first attempt in this game. The first is good for Becker. A 5-point lead for Drake and head coach Allison Pullman. And Becker gets them both. And a timeout taken by Coach Gillespie.
The thing you want to do as a Bulldog is foul, stop the clock, and give them a chance to score points with no time coming off.
First free throw is good. Coach Gillespie loved how this team is coming together. Martin gets both free throws. And Thate checks into the game, and Allison Pullman will use her timeout. And so Katie Diener to the free throw line. A repeat winner for the Jackie Stiles Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year trophy. Also on the all-defensive team for the second straight year. And gets both free throws. It's a 6-point lead.
No timeouts left means Illinois State can't advance the ball here.
Pass up to half court. Knutson at the horn. It does not fall, and the fourth